Alright, back with part 14. I just basically gathered some more animals off screen, did a few random side quests, but Sebastian contacted me again, so we're gonna continue his quest. Always just chilling in the Undercroft.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this
Jesus,
go.
he's just destroying everything.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Alright. I actually wonder if we get presented with a choice. 'Cause I really don't want anything to happen to Sebastian or Ominous. But maybe there is no saving Anne, I have no idea. I guess he's just waiting there the whole time. Alright, on to our next main quest. It's all the way up here.
Revelio.
We still don't even have our second broom upgrade yet. I don't know when we get contacted about that.
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Jeez, just appears right on me.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
That's what we're doing right now. I can see some centaurs.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
Right?
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
Yeah, I fought beside them before sometimes in the Forbidden Forest.
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Maybe that's exactly what it is. Yeah, dugbogs are aggressively annoying sometimes.
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Revelio! Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Pelt. Poor beasts. Revelio. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
That's a collar that's for something pretty big.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this.
Speaking of Merlin, that asshole put 95 trials on the
goblin
map.
and poacher interests align.
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
You can learn a lot from weather though, can't you? It's like
I think they actually showed this section off in one of the gameplay footages. This looks very familiar.
Betting on the dragonfly is the best decision I've made yet. Someone's going to regret trespassing.
call out for me all you want. I shall be offended.
Revelio. Patricus Totalis.
Loud as a troll you are.
Patricus Totalis.
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out. Revelio.
Grab some of this loot.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. What I wouldn't give to be a Debegeist right now.
Okay, I think the real question though is how the hell did they get 2 dragons inside of this tent?
Revelio.
Someone over there. Then
So can we actually free him?
Patricus Totalis. Revelio.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Ah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last...
It's Totalis. What was that? Someone's... Lumos.
Land returns to the... You dare! Not stupid!
Defender.
I mean, I don't know if I can justify spending a skill point on that double takedown perk, because there's usually not the opportunity to do it, but it definitely would have helped out right there.
Revelio.
What's going on?
Did
Yeah,
you
they do
hear
have
those
another
voices?
dragon.
Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
This is gonna be crazy. Especially if we can free it.
Revelio.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Can I only slowly walk right now?
Aloha Mora.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The elements of surprise.
Rebellion.
Move by us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
No, they're not. Careful! Ramrock will want his dragon intact!
There's they have a poacher. Oh, of course. Oh, they can see through the crate. That's perfect.
Confringo. Bombarda.
You're the one we're looking for, ain't you, poor friend?
Stop right there! I'll check your pockets.
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Arresto momentum.
Yeah.
Expelliarmus. Let's get it. Cabalto. Stupid one. Descendo.
You'll have to fight eventually. Stay back in the ground, yes. They
go.
Bombarda.
Let me out, son.
Leviosa.
No, spell.
Accio.
Let me out, son.
Confringo.
Let me out, son. Let me out, son.
Descendo. Defendo.
We don't have time. We need to free her now before more show up.
1 second.
Defendo. Accio.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
This way.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it indefinitely. It'll be hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
Should we expect trouble from the poachers, given the trouble we just caused?
It would be foolish not to expect it. They're not a forgiving lot. I'm sorry to say that you likely have a larger target on your back now because of what we just did.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful,
That was
won't
pretty
you?
sick.
I shall see you back at the castle.
Revelio.
Always going somewhere, that one.
I don't actually want to fight this Dugbog, because every time I fight a Dugbog, like 6 more appear out of nowhere.
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
A transformation spell is actually one of our last ones besides the curses. But we should probably just get that over with. I don't know what our assignments are though. Are we just to collect some field guide pages? That's not going to be anything important. How do I even get into the underground harbor? I thought there was a lift by this bridge somewhere. I don't even know if this waypoint knows where I'm going. Yeah, it was right here.
So this is the underground harbor. Lumos.
I've actually never been down here.
Revelio. Lumos, the Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social. Revelio.
Do you think I'm impressed? I don't care how many chops it took. Please, leave me in.
And there's that.
Revelio.
Don't see anything else. Alright, now we gotta head to the library? Alright, we're back in the library. How did I miss a field guide page in here?
Lumos. That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere. Revelio.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
It's probably because I didn't.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Uh-oh.
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid.
I don't know much about the
Just a
wizarding
few
world,
questions,
so
and then I'll hand over this book.
I guess we'll
Let
see
us
what
begin.
happens.
Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
I have no idea. Snidget?
The Golden Snidget.
Correct!
Okay.
The Snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Is it this? It's mentioned in... Is it mentioned in one of the movies? I thought they just called it Liquid Luck.
Felix Felicis.
Well done.
Okay.
Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical
Oh, I know
artifacts?
this one.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beadle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Oh, shit. I think it's the bludger, right?
The Bludger.
I'm sorry,
No,
but the
I
correct
guess
answer
not.
was the quaffle.
I didn't
When
even
a
know
chaser throws the
there was a
quaffle through
quaffle.
one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
I mean, that's technically true from the movies, but they don't fully change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
Oh, great.
I'd like to answer more questions.
Let's find out.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
No idea.
The Order of Merlin.
No, that's incorrect. The answer was the Wizards' Council. The Wizards' Council disbanded in 1707 after the creation of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy, which required a more structured government to support its enforcement. Which dragon breed is the smallest?
How many different ones are there?
The Peruvian Vipertooth.
Brilliant!
Okay.
Though the Vipertooth
That was
is
just a
the
guess.
smallest breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the fastest breed and feared for its venomous fangs. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
I don't know, some of the last names Hogmeade.
Quincy Hogg.
No, the answer was Hengist of Woodcroft. It is believed that Hengist used the 3 Broomsticks Inn as his home. The hide behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
A demiguise.
Yes! While the
I
hide
am
behind
just
has
completely
the power
guessing.
of invisibility, those who have seen it have described it as a tall, thin monkey with silver hair. What is the only spell known to repel a letherfold?
Oh, I don't know. Let's just try
The
this.
Patronus Charm.
Well done. The only known survivor of a letherfold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in Papua New Guinea at the time. Who published the law of elemental transfiguration?
Evangeline Orpington.
That's incorrect. The answer I was looking for was Gamp. One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that food cannot be conjured, though it can be summoned. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
Knowledge is the real magic.
No, the answer was never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Really?
In Latin, the Hogwarts
Alright.
motto is Draco dormiens nunquam titilandus. Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through its mouth?
I
The
don't know.
Basilisk.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was the rune's paw.
I don't know what a rune spore
According to
is.
Parselmouths, each of the rune's paw's 3 heads serves a different function. The left head is the planner, the middle is the dreamer, and the right is the critic. Where is Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
No idea.
Mount Greylock.
Well done! The American school was founded in the 17th century by Iseult Sayre and James Stewart. What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
I don't know.
Amatentia.
That's the answer. Amatentia smells differently to every person, according to what they find attractive.
How many questions does she have?
Such as dusty book covers, or... Are you interested in continuing on to the next round? They're my most difficult questions.
Alright, maybe we can do this later.
I don't have time for another quiz at the moment.
That's fine. Come and find me if you'd like to try later. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not like a huge Wizarding World lore buff. She's not that far, but I pretty much have to go around everything.
Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life?
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. Ugh, it's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
It would have been nice if they had all the other students dress up for winter.
I believe she has learned
I guess
about
not,
some of
Sai
what
sent
we've
me a
been up
message.
to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
Oh, we actually got the achievement for learning all spells. I guess we don't need to know the curses. Well, we can transform stuff now.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you were able to grow a venomous tentacula. Growing such a magical plant is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
I still don't know if we should just tell her. I'm gonna just tell her.
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
All right. Well, we finished that challenge.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Alright, we got a lot of stuff happening now. But I think this is a good time to end part 14. I think we're progressing a lot. I think we're actually getting very far in the game now. We pretty much opened all of our opportunities as far as spells go. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 15.